Hello again, welcome back at Swindon Station. Right, what have we been doing? Okay, well, as you can see, um, we've got the main platform sorted out now. I have to do a few alterations, in particular this line here. I have to bring that forward. Um, so it's still pretty much the same as what you saw from last time. Main difference is that obviously this line now is glued tacked down, as is the second one here. That's all laid out, and it's had its two electrofog points put in there. They're all been put together, and little various add-ons I've had to cut with the Dremel, get it all matched up. So those points now are pretty much ready for me to go ahead and start putting in dropper cables, and also point switches. They turned up this week. So in a little bit I'll start getting the wiring diagram out and some of the cable that I bought, and we'll be installing some of those point motors. All the fish plates and everything are in, so it is just a simple case now of just drilling out the holes for where the rods are going to go. Sorry about the light, it's a bit poor in here today. I need to go and get another fluorescent tube, I think. But yeah, so all in all, it's looking pretty good. And obviously you may be able to see from here is that the base platform is done now, and it's all built from scratch. The MDF board that I obviously showed you last time had a little piece of an extension put on here. When I was looking at the building for what's going to go in the middle, I found that it was a little bit small. So what I've actually done is I've increased the width of this platform, and I think it gives a bit better representation of what we should, I'm sure we will have. This thing here is just basically my frame guide for the main building, on the main platform between platform 1 and 3. That's just basically a guide of how high it's going to be. There's an add-on here that will go, it'll stretch a little bit further along, but that'll be done at a later date. So yeah, coping stove's all done well, and I've used some paper brick scenery. Not too bad actually. It's come out quite well. The only thing I've got to do on here is just do the yellow line. I'll do that at a later stage, and obviously for the main surface on here, I'm still undecided at the moment whether to use just a darker sort of paint or try and replicate tarmac. I've seen some suggestions somewhere that you can either use like printable tarmac surface. I'm sort of currently looking into. I could use very fine, sand, paint it, sprinkle sand on it to give that effect. There's various ways, various choices. I'm still not too sure at the moment. But as you can see, I've managed to sort of tweak this end slightly, and these coaches just give a rough representation of where it's going to be. And then we come to this side, got all these points in now. Again, they're all ready. It's got a couple of plastic fish plates to put in, but essentially this is ready now for some drilling out for the point motors, and I need to sort of locate and install some dropper wires for this area as well. This was actually a bit of a pain to get this all to marry well. It took a couple of days really to sort of try and get the right curvatures and everything else on. I mean, I'm working to a budget like most people. So I don't have the luxury of going out and buying fresh new track, so I have to make do with what I've accumulated over the last sort of few months from eBay, or some of the newer stuff what I've bought directly from the store. But yeah, it seems to run quite well, which is quite good. So yeah, I'm more than pleased. Everything seems to be smooth, so yeah, I'm happy. Oh, that's typical. Yeah, come off. There we go. So that's my next bit to do over the next few days. I probably would have thought, just to try and get this done and dusted. All this coping has all been finished now, and I've actually put in or covered these with the clear varnish. I'm hoping it sort of makes a good effect. I did a bit of a sample bit here. This is, you can see it's just slightly darker. This has got the varnish on it. All these top stones have got the varnish on it. This bit here hasn't. That's because I just wanted to see what is there a colour change, which there is if you can look to the left and the right. And also I'm wanting to do a bit of weathering on this, so by the time all the ballast and everything goes in, I want to do a bit of weathering. So I'm not going to do any more varnish work on the brick layout until that's achieved. Off the other side, I'm just finishing off this bit here. I have to again make a few alterations. This is just in the process of drying. Got a little bit of a gap there, but we'll sand it down, grind it out, refill it, and then that'll smooth that down. But yeah, essentially it's coming along quite well. Bit of a tight radius on this one. I've tried to keep to a third radius on the outside. I'd put I think that's a second radius along with a third going along here, but essentially all coming to this point. And like I said last time, obviously my little workstation here at the moment, but this will be going soon, and we're getting this all boarded up. So yeah. Oh, another thing, whilst you lot have been away, I've started to install the BuzzFeed wires, and yeah, managed to get them drilled in. And they go through. There's not much light on here, I'm afraid, but they go all the way around. You can see where I've attached it, just to there. I've got a bit more work to do, got a few more clips and everything put in place, but that hopefully will finish off soon. And my next bit is to create a short like a lifting frame within here. So essentially when I come up the ladder, instead of, I can't lift it to the sides, but I can actually lift it upwards. So it'll probably go up to about here, and I'll probably put a latch or something on there, so when it hooks up I can hook it in place and I can come in. I need to get a bit of wood. I've got some MDF in the garage, but I need to get some timber wood just to sort these out. I need to cut down there and just take it along a bit further on both sides, and then put a bit of a solid beam there, I think, just to allow for the hinges to go on. But yeah, all in all, it's looking quite well. Excuse me. Not much different from this side. This is pretty much the same as last time. Like I said, it's predominantly trying to get these done, which I'm now happy with. It's been a bit of a struggle, but I'm more than happy now with what I've got going. These are invaluable. These are Pico plans. You can download them for free, cut them. They're all one-to-one scale with the actual product. All you have to do is, there's like a measurement on the bottom of each page, A4 page, and you just calibrate your printer up so it prints exactly that. So you get your ruler out when you print one, and it should say 1 to 10 inches sort of thing, and providing the printout matches your ruler, then you got it to scale. Ideal. It absolutely saved me a ton of time. I said these are coming very useful, and so is this. This one in particular was a bit of a headache for me because I started off with one of these, and it just wasn't working at all. And then I tried this, and I thought, yeah, that's pretty much how I want it to be. I am limited to obviously the spacing. I had wanted to put in another one to come off as it would be in the normal plans, but I'm not going to make this 100% accurate. I have limitations on what I can do and what space I have available. So with that in mind, by all means, add your comments. I don't have an issue with that. Just be aware that it's not going to be 100% reproduction of Swindon Station. It's sort of my sort of interpretation of the station in its current form, to the best of my sort of modelling skills, really. I don't pertain to be the best model in the world, and I'm sure many others don't either as well. But I'll do what I need to do for what suits me at the end of the day. And if you guys like it and you want to take some tips from that, and by all means, please do so. So there we go. Obviously, the back part, I definitely need to get another light in here. I'm going to have to try and get another tube, I think, because it's always dark in this corner. But a few alterations. The curve's a little bit different, but essentially all going to go the same way. There we go. So I think over here I had oh yeah, so I've got all my electrical bits come in. I've got some wire from Maplins. What I'm using here is probably a little bit more than what I need to. It's a 24x0 gauge wire, 10 meters worth, but it's more than enough for what I'm going to be putting. I mean, it's not going to be more between 12 and 16 volts on this thing, so there's plenty to be done with. Obviously, I've got some heat sleeves. I've got to get a better camera as well. I'm sorry about the focus. These will be the new motors, new point motors. I'll try and get that zoomed in. Don't think the camera wants to play today. But yeah, so let's try over here maybe. So they're the new motors with polarity switch, I should say. It's a PM1 from Gauge Master. There we go. And I bought these off eBay. They were about $4.95 each, free postage. So this is my first attempt at these, installing them electrically. I have been told that you can buy an accessory that you can add with this, and it's like a capacitor. So it gives like a jump of voltage to the switch when needed, and apparently preserves the switch for longer use. I probably will buy them eventually, but at the moment I think I'll just go ahead and just install them as is, as I think many other people have already done. But I'll certainly keep looking at some of the videos and see if they're worth getting a hold of. Then yeah, I'll probably get them installed. But yeah, pretty much it for now, really. Oh yeah, one more thing. Really pleased with this. And I mentioned briefly in my teaser video about a week and a half ago, I think now, I managed to get hold of a replica HST in the Great Western colours. I think this was originally I think it was a Lima HST, a Intercity 125 Lima. The guy that's selling it basically repainted it, rebranded it, and I think I got that power car and the dummy car. That was off eBay for £70. So I'm pretty chuffed with those. Motor's in fairly good condition. I did a bit of maintenance on it a few days ago. I am having some trouble, however, trying to locate some replacement traction tyres. At the moment, I've put on, I think they're a 10mm by 2mm tyre, and the 2mm is just too much, and it does cause problems when it goes over some of the points. I've seen elsewhere that I think these could possibly even be 8mm by 1mm. So I'm not sure. It's not an awful lot of information out there on what the Lima kits used to use for traction tyres. However, if anyone out there knows of the part number, please by all means drop me a comment. I'll be very much appreciated. So there we have it for now. I'm going to crack on and start getting some of these points laid out and some of the wiring and stuff sorted. What I'll probably do is I'll either come back with an update in a while, or I might leave this in the corner somewhere and it'll do a bit of a time lapse. Okay, I'll speak to you in a bit. Enjoy!